Welcome to the Mumstyle Business Podcast.
Hello. Welcome back to the show. Now, today we are going to be talking about fear. The title of this episode is Fear is the Answer. Now, before we dive in, I want to preface that I am not a counselor. I am not a psychologist. The fear that we are talking about today is not trauma related. It is not to do with anything that is actually dangerous. And so I'm not qualified to speak to those things. So if that is something that you're experiencing, please go and see someone who is going to support you in the way that you need to be supported. What I'm talking about here is that uncomfortable feeling in business that is that thing that we're avoiding. It's the thing that's kind of holding us back, that's keeping us small. That is what I'm talking about here. So let's dive in. And when I say fear to you as a businesswoman, I want you to think about like what comes up there. If I say fear is the answer, what comes up? If I ask, what are you avoiding? What are you not doing? What are you doing so that you don't have to do the thing? What is the thing that has been on the list for like 6 months or more? What is that one decision that you have to make that will change everything? What is holding you back? What comes up when I ask those questions for you? And I want you to imagine that thing, right? I want you to really get present with that thing and imagine doing that thing. And then feel what happens in your body. Because often when we feel fear in business, it is the signal that we are stepping into a new space. We're on the edge of that next step, and our body wants to keep us safe. Our brain, our subconscious wants to keep us safe. What the problem is, though, is that 95% of our actions are decided by our subconscious, right? And so if our subconscious is trying to keep us safe and comfortable and kind of, where we are because it knows it, then 95% of our actions are dictated in that place, then we're always just going to stay where we are. And that's the problem when you want to grow as a leader, grow in authority, grow in your space, grow your business, grow your team, grow your learning, grow your influence, grow your impact, grow your audience. All of those things, any of those things is growth. And we need growth actually. As human beings, we need to be growing to be fulfilled in some capacity. And so if 95% of what we're doing is things that are fear-based, right? They're keeping us small and comfortable, then the things that scare us are going to be the things that are going to allow us to grow. Because if we go against that 95% of decision making, then we're going to be making the scary decision and we're going to feel that uncomfortable fear. So last week's episode was what got you here is not going to get you there. And this is closely related to that, right? Fear is the answer by leaning into that thing that like makes the butterflies go, or does the stomach clench a bit, or goes like, oh, but what if? Like, yeah, but what if? What if it all works out perfectly? And spoiler alert, it's not all going to work out as you imagine, either good or bad, right? We can't know. And it's not all going to end up perfectly rainbows, nothing ever going wrong, but it is all going to end up perfectly. I truly believe that we are all going to get what it is that we need. And maybe in that moment, what we need is to fall on our face a little bit, to have the learning from that and come back stronger and get back on course. Because we're entrepreneurs, right? Nothing is going to be music and rainbows and lollipops and champagne all the time. It's just not going to be. If you've been in business for longer than 10 minutes, you probably already know that. But that thing that we are avoiding, that thing that we are not doing, that thing that we are kind of pushing down, that thing that we really want that maybe we think that we can't have, that is the answer to your growth. I believe you would not want that thing. You would not have that longing, that you would not be carrying that idea with you if it wasn't meant for you. If you have something in you that needs to come out, if you have that thing that, that you need to birth, then we need to do that. We need to do that despite that uncomfortable feeling, because often that is going to be the key to your next level, right? That is going to be the thing that moves you from that next step, that from the step to up to the next one, that elevates you, whether it's because it gets you in front of new people, whether it's because it makes you stronger, whatever the reason, whatever its purpose is, I don't believe you would have that inside of you if you weren't meant to bring it to light. And right? The things that you're pushing aside to maybe do the right thing or do what you think you maybe should do, or, do that thing that is comfortable, that you really can do, that comes easily. For me, for a really long time, I pushed aside doing what I knew I really wanted to do for something that was more safe and more easy. And even programs that, I started programs that I didn't truly love and put aside the thing I wanted to, truly, I think, to be comfortable, because I think I was afraid that if I went for the thing that I really actually wanted and I failed, then that would really hurt. But if I went for the thing that I kind of was okay and I failed, I wouldn't be distraught because I didn't actually want that thing very badly. And so it was this form of self-protection. And I think we all have some similar story of avoiding pain, right? Avoiding feeling how we don't want to feel. But as I grow older and as I work on myself and continue in professional and personal development, I've learned that our body feels a certain way to give us a message, and we don't have to run away from that. We can be feeling all the feels and just feel all the bloody feels and sit there in that uncomfortableness and think about what our body is feeling and go, oh my gosh, my stomach's in a knot. Why is it? Because that is our body trying to tell us something, that we are not where we want to be. And there's a difference, right, between feeling like something needs to change and fear, because you'll know the fear that you like exhilarating excitement fear, I want to do that, but can I really do it? And oh my gosh, I want it, but no, can I really, you'll know the difference between that and the sinking feeling of I'm walking the wrong way, I'm going up the wrong mountain. And either way, listening and tuning into our body is the only way to do that. And what's beautiful about this is the same is true for our clients, right? Fear is the answer for them as well. Often by tuning into that, we can accelerate their growth as well. Because if we can tune into what our clients are afraid of, or our audience, our potential clients are afraid of, then we can communicate that in our marketing. And I'm not talking about like, stabbing the knife in and twisting the knife harder and all of that. But I am like, we're in the business of transformation, right? What we do is we make our clients' lives better in some way. And they too, right? We help them grow, right? And so the same applies. We're all human. We're all human. And so because we help them grow, there's going to be fears around that because, again, their brains want to keep them stuck in that 95%, keeping them happy and safe and comfortable. And so if we are instigating transformation, there's going to be all the feels there too. And so really leaning into that for your clients is going to allow you to connect with them on a deeper level before they're even your clients. So lean into that. Really learn about who your clients are and what is that thing that is keeping them in the pattern that they're in or where they are. What is keeping them there? What are the fears around for them moving to their next level in whatever capacity that is? It doesn't matter what your service is. We all as humans are made this way. We have to intentionally upgrade our brains, upgrade our operating systems in order to be able to fight against this conditioning, right? And so go back to last week's episode if you haven't listened to that already. And if not, you've heard me talk about this. But fear truly is the answer to so many of our questions. By leaning into that, we can really tune into like, are we on the right path? Are we on the wrong path? How can we connect in with that? It's going to be like the barometer for our decision making. So I encourage you to take some time this week and do some of that thinking time, do some journaling on this. What are you avoiding? What are you not doing? What are you doing so that you don't have to do the thing? What are the things on your list that have been there for 6 months? What's the one decision that you will have to make that will change everything? What is holding you back? Now, you don't have to answer all of those questions, but pick some that speak to you. Pick some that you're like, oh, there's something there. Because it might not be all of them. It might just be a couple. It might just be one. And lean into that. And if you discover that there's something that's been on your list for 6 months and it's not because of fear you're not doing it, then guess what? Cross it off. And at least you've get rid of that thing. Chuck it in the bin. If it's there and you're not doing it and it's not because there's some fear there, then it's not priority. You don't need it. Move on. So I hope this helps you gain clarity, both for you and for your clients. I hope this brings some things to light and allows you to be honest with yourself, because this is it's really hard to be honest with yourself. To be honest, for me, it was really, really hard to admit to myself why I was putting off and postponing launching my CEO incubator program. Because it's what I love, right? This is the program where I work with high-level women. It's my mastermind. We talk systems, we talk team, we talk marketing. There's so much personal growth and professional growth. We speak really big picture. Like, it's such an amazing group of women. And that is my absolute joy. For some reason, I postponed launching this program for years. And I told you the reason, but it took a long time for me to actually be honest with myself and realize what I was doing. And when I realized that over a year ago, I changed things. And you can do the same. And then you're like, why did I wait so bloody long to do the thing? So if this helps to release something for you, I'm so excited to hear that. Please get in touch with me. I would love to know where this sits for you. Where has this landed? And what are you doing about that? Is fear the answer to, what's the fear the answer to for you? All right, that's it from me. Also, we are mid bootcamp as I record this, as I release this, sorry. So if it's not too late to join us, if you would like to overhaul your business, just a little thing, right? If you know that something needs to give, right, in your business and you need to transition, like me, I was doing something and I had to do something in order to do the thing I really wanted to do. I needed to make big changes in my business, and I used the 7 systems to restructure without losing profit. This is the bootcamp that is going to help you do the same thing. We learn the 7 systems, we implement those as we go, or we set the roadmap to implement them for you. 7 days, 7 systems. We're a couple of days in, but it's not too late to catch the replays and join us. As you hear this on the release date, you'll have a week to listen to everything. And if not, sign up for the next one, and we will be running them every few months or so. So it's annalisewarren.com/bootcamp. So you can either jump on the wait list there if you have missed the date. Otherwise, come and join us. Come and join the party. Cannot wait to get to know you and cannot wait to hear from you about this topic. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. See you on the next one.